Are you a first responder, a veteran, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, or a Let's Go Blues radio listener? Of course you are. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, call real estate superstar Mike Burgoyne today at 314-753-4060 or email him at mike@strikewithmike.com to earn special rates today.
60 Pickleball is an industry leader in high-end pickleball paddles. Use discount code CPRICE10 to get 10% off at 60pickleball.com. Don't get stuck on the court with an inferior paddle. Go next level with 60.
Have you subscribed to the LGB Minute podcast yet? It's a 5-minute weekly St. Louis Blues podcast hosted by Jeff Ponder that is released multiple times a week to fill the gap between Let's Go Blues radio episodes. Subscribe today.
So awesome, so handsome, so smart, you'll agree. Curt, Jeff, and Bill are on TV. It's radio on TV. Oh yeah, it's radio on TV.
From St. Louis, I'm Jeff Ponder, and you're listening to Let's Go Blues Radio, the original and longest-running blues hockey podcast. This is episode 44 of season 14 and the 525th episode of all time. Support for Let's Go Blues Radio is brought to you in part by Mike Burgoyne of Real Brokerage Realty. Check out strikewithmike.com today and get started selling your current home or buying your new dream home. On today's show, I'm joined by Dave Schneider, one of the brains behind the Zambonis, the rock and roll hockey band you have no doubt heard a song or two from. If you have ever listened to the Let's Go Blues Minute, our child show for Let's Go Blues Radio, which can be found at all podcasting platforms, that song in the background, the Brass Bonanza you hear, which is the great Hartford Whalers goal song, they actually are performing that one in the background there. So, yeah, love using that song because, first of all, the Brass Bonanza is one of the greatest hockey songs ever, but also that it's such a nice rendition done by the Zambonis. Dave is the guitarist and the singer for the Zambonis, and you've no doubt heard them. They've played an NHL All-Star game back in the 90s. Their songs have been used countless times for hockey media, basically. So, yeah, you've definitely heard them before. I just, we'll see. We could list off a couple different songs, but you know what? We're going to talk to Dave about it. So let's just hold that for Dave here in a little bit. Also want to say hello to our Intrigue TV audience. Just thank you for tuning in over at Intrigue TV. That's channel 20.1 locally here in St. Louis on your HD antennas. For those of you who are watching on Intrigue TV or who are looking to possibly start watching us on Intrigue TV, specials are coming for those of you who watch. So we'll have like a bottom scroll or something, and we will have some specials for you. So if you are interested in watching us, again, that is 20.1 Intrigue TV, Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Again, it's local. It's 20.1 on your HD antennas. Well, a little blues news to start us off. The Blues will participate in the Tom Kurvers Prospect Showcase. This is the 5th annual, so the Blues no longer go to Traverse City or however the heck you say it, which, I always like those tournaments. It's one of the bigger ones for the prospects, but this Tom Kurvers one, it's been the Minnesota Wild, Chicago Blackhawks, and St. Louis Blues participating the last, I believe, 3 years. The Blues have participated. It is September 12th to the 14th at the Tria rink in St. Paul, Minnesota. The Blues will play on the 12th against the Minnesota Wild Prospects at 7 o'clock. On the 13th, they will face the Blackhawks Prospects at 6 o'clock. Both Blues games will be streamed live at stlouisblues.com and the Blues app. So if you want to watch some prospect hockey in the middle of September, we will be they will be bringing that to you. The St. Louis Blues, you can watch them at stlouisblues.com and the Blues app. As far as the prospect roster goes, we've got, we're not going to go through them all. You can check them all out over at stlouisblues.com. But some notable names, Justin Carbonneau, the number 1 pick for the Blues the past draft. Zach Dean is a guy that has kind of fallen off the prospect chart. I think it's because he had an I'm going to say undisclosed injury last year. I never heard anything about it, but he did not play a lot, and hopefully he can have a little bit of a bounce back this year. But Dalibor Dvorsky will be playing, Adam Dzeko, a lot of the names that you're used to hearing in terms of Blues prospects. Yuri Pekarchik. We've got Jakob Stansel, Otto Stenberg. On the defensive side, Marc-Andre Gaudet, Adam Juracek, the number 1 pick from a few years ago, Theo Lindstein, and then in goal you got Will Cranley and Matthew Kaprowski, which I'll admit that's a new name to me. So you can check out the full roster over at stlouisblues.com. But yes, always exciting when the Prospect Showcase comes around, because that means the season is that close, folks. We are almost there, and getting a little taste of professional hockey in the middle of September is always a good thing. Speaking of September hockey, we will talk about this on our next live show, I'm sure. But it has been announced that not this season, but the following season, 2026-2027, under the new CBA, they will be starting the season now in September, later September, and then having wrapped up early in June for the Stanley Cup final. So season's going to be getting underway a little bit quicker, and it's also going to be ending a little sooner. So obviously, makes sense. So for those of you who are interested in that new CBA, you can check that out over at NHL.com. But or really any TSN does great hockey coverage as well. But we will talk about that on our next live show. No need to fully dive into my thoughts now, because I'm just going to be talking to myself, and that's no fun for anybody. Also, the new CBA, it's apparently a rolling plan, and they have said that the salary cap will the new rule they've implemented for the playoffs, so that way so teams can't do what Tampa and Vegas and Chicago have done for many years, stacking their team. And, that basically have to be cap compliant every night now in the playoffs. That's actually going to start this season. So it's going to be a rolling start for the CBA. I love it. Let's make this as fair as possible for all teams involved. Do it like Florida did. Florida, I want to say Florida went over a little bit last year, but nothing like the year Tampa with, I know, Nikita Kucherov, his like $10 million contract kicked in, or wasn't kicked in for the playoffs. And it's just like, wow, okay, just field an all-star team. Sure, whatever. So we are going to go ahead and take our quick break. And when we get back, you will hear from our friend Dave Schneider and myself. And we'll be talking about the great hockey rock and roll band, the Zambonis. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
As a hockey player, Mike Burgoyne knows a thing or two about making the perfect play. And when it comes to real estate, he's always ready to score the winning goal for his clients. If you're a first responder, a veteran, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, or a Let's Go Blues radio listener looking to score the home of your dreams, you'll receive special rates with Mike. Go ahead, shoot some questions his way, and he'll have the answer quicker than Curtis Joseph on a breakaway.
Curtis Joseph got the pedal down!
Any barriers? Mike will mow them down like Chris Pronger in front of the net. He'll score you your dream home or sell your existing home faster than a Brett Hall one-timer.
Look past the hole, he shoots, he scores!
See Burgoyne's real estate prowess in action today by emailing him at mike@strikewithmike.com or by calling 314-753-4060. That email again is mike@strikewithmike.com, and that phone number is 314-753-4060. Getting Mike Burgoyne on your team will be the boost your power play needs.
The battle for the top spot in the league is on the line. Many warriors have entered the concrete jungle, but when the smoke clears, only one will remain. They all want it, but only one shall have it. Hide your children, lock your doors. Those with weak stomachs should almost certainly look away. This is Big Boy Pickleball. You have been warned.
Already know that you love hockey and you obviously already love the Let's Go Blues Radio podcast, but what about filling the gap between weekly Let's Go Blues Radio episodes? That's where the LGB Minute comes in. Hosted by Jeff Ponder, the LGB Minute is an entertaining, down and dirty, 5-minute St. Louis Blues podcast released multiple times a week to keep you informed of all things St. Louis Blues. So make sure to subscribe to the LGB Minute anywhere you listen to podcasts, like right now. Do it now. Just click subscribe. It's easy. Please. Now.
And now, back to Let's Go Blues Radio, the longest running St. Louis Blues podcast with Price, Ponder, and Day.
And we're back from break, and right now I am joined by Dave Schneider, better known as Dave Zamboni. He is look at that jersey. If you're watching the video, folks, he's got what we call affectionately the clown jersey on for the St. Louis Blues. Yeah, I mean, come on, it kind of looks clownish, right?
Well, you gotta love a clown, I guess.
Exactly. And hey, you know what? You seem like you're kind of a clown yourself. So I think it works out. And I mean that in a very nice way, by the way.
Without the makeup, with the makeup. Yeah.
Right.
No,
right.
He's actually,
so Dave
I only have one chin. As a clown, I add 3. This is part of my
there you go.
makeup.
Well, I mean, you look great tonight. Just
yeah.
you know, so I see that. Dave is a defenseman, a guitarist, and a singer of the hockey rock band. I believe it's pronounced the Zambonis, correct?
No, that would be the Zambonis, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. No,
Not
I'm
a
kidding.
hockey guy.
The Zambonis. Hockey guys know them. If you've ever heard a hockey song, there's a good chance you have heard it's probably the Zambonis, because to me at least, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you're the biggest hockey band out there. I mean, Stompin' Tom Connors, there's a couple other, artists that are great, don't get me wrong, and have great hockey songs, but to me, you think hockey, rock and roll, you think the Zambonis.
Well, we never stop writing songs about hockey. So now that's not saying our songs are better than Stompin' Tom. He's got, I think a couple hockey references, but he wrote the greatest hockey song ever.
Yes.
And who do you call it? The guy that we actually covered his song, I Want to Drive the Zamboni, on our first record. I can't remember. The Gear Dads? No.
Gear Daddies.
Gear Daddies.
Yep.
I forget. Martin Zeller. There you go. He wrote an amazing song, I Want to Drive the Zamboni. But we wrote 270 songs about hockey.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty good.
and we're sticking with it. We have a brand new song coming out in about a month. We're just finishing the video right now called I Don't Like Hockey No Mo, which it's a good one. It's it doesn't sound like it it's about, we wrote it before the whole incident happened, but it's about guy brings his girlfriend to the game, goes and gets a beer, sees her on the kiss cam kiss another man, and that's why he doesn't like hockey no mo. But through the Coldplay thing, everybody, they're like, "Oh, you got to put that out right now. The iron's hot." But
yeah, I was gonna say that's timely.
I know, it's kind of funny. But yeah, we've written
Very
every
cool.
song about hockey. If it's blatant or not, it still has a hockey reference. Brand new one written last week called "Let's Break the Ice," about our friend's relationship breaking up after 6 years. So hockey songs can be about hockey, could be about life, love, and hockey again.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, you've written so many. And first of all, I mean, I do want to call out at the start here. You have actually performed at an NHL All-Star game. You've had songs featured on NHL Hits 03. Your song in the background was played in the Let's Go Blues Minute Season 1 Brass Bonanza, your cover of the great Whalers goal song. So obviously those are all huge accolades for you, the last one being the biggest. But for you, there you go. Yes,
Actually,
I got one of those somewhere around here too.
On the NHL Hits, Pronger in a blue on the Blues is on the cover. On
Yep.
Yeah, they used
And
4 of
that
us. Yeah.
those hits games were some of I still game. I'm still a huge nerd, and those were my favorite NHL games. Those were so much fun.
I agree. I loved Hits. We not because we were on it, and not because they used one David Bowie song, one Moby, one Bare Naked Ladies, one Rush, and 4 Zambonis songs. That's not why I love that. That's such a great game. It really
It
is.
is. It was. It was just it brought in it brought in the realism of hockey, but it also had obviously the crazy massive hits, the arcade style of hockey. And I think
Right.
personally the EA games have gotten away from that, but that's why I think we need more games like Hits, because those were just so much fun to watch. And yeah, I would even watch my buddies play and I'd be like, I don't like watching other people play. I could watch this game all day.
Well, I do a lot of interviews and I don't get new thoughts very often, but you just stumbled on something. And I think the games lack silliness. And that game, the NHL takes itself very seriously, and that's probably why they're still playing a song by Bush at the games and not Zamboni songs. But NHL Hits is so much fun. And I enjoy some of the newer games, but they're serious. They don't want to be silly. And man, if you can't laugh, you're screwed.
Yeah, what I don't get, and not to go off on a complete tangent here, which by the way is what we do on this show.
Oh, you want to talk religion?
We could do that later.
Politics and
Maybe
religion,
politics
then
after
hockey.
that. Yeah, we'll do politics. I'll talk about Russia, Ukraine, whatever, whatever's going on in the world.
Yep.
But no, for me, like the big thing is that the games nowadays, like, they try this like, oh, the new skating engine, it's just like you're actually skating, and the hits engine, blah, blah, blah. But then the announcers say things like, well, the period's over and I'm going to go get popcorn. Ray's down there doing a dance and he's going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, announcers don't say that. Like, either be real or be both, but like, don't just make your silliness only be what the announcers say. That I think is what's missing from games.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get into
I hope they bring back Hits. And from being on that Hits game, we went down a path. There was whatever that golf game. They had like a golf. It was similar to, I don't remember the title, but we tried to play that. And football, I forget the football one that we bought that too. But
Blitz.
Yeah. But NHL Hits still holds up strong.
There's a great baseball one too, and I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but like the way they tagged is they take the ball in their hand and they punch the player. I can't remember the name of that one.
NBA had a great game in the arcade years. What was that one where you could pull his
NBA
pants?
Jam.
And
that's a
was
great
that
one.
it? NBA Jam?
Might have been, yeah. I think
I
that's
forget the title of that, but that was you could pull his pants down and punch him before he shoots, and that was a great game.
The MLB one was called Slugfest, by the way.
All right. I'm not doing any searches. That's your job, Jeff.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the producer, the director, and the host. I do it all.
By the way, the check bounce that you sent me for this podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just gonna you got to cash it in 2030. That's what I told you.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's all right. Well,
So they charged me $25.
All right. Well, I'll add that to the next check, but don't cash that one until 2035.
You got
it. So again, it's something again that the really cool thing about what you guys have done. I look at 2002, the All-Star game. We mentioned how and you guys are a serious band. I'm not trying to say you're not. Your stuff is fantastic. As a hockey fan, I love listening to it. I've got a hockey mix whenever I go down to Blues games, and you guys have like 5 or 6 songs on there. So, but at the same time, you kind of do this and you want people to have a smile on their face and just, oh my gosh, like this is not the type of music I'm used to listening to. And you mentioned the seriousness of the NHL now, but in 2002, you actually performed at the NHL All-Star Game along with Jewel and Five for Fighting. So, I mean, that had to be a pinnacle of your life to be able to do something like that.
It was. We're a weird band. We've played a couple other All-Star games. We played Stanley Cup games and events, but that one was not only just, next door was Five for Fighting. Our dressing room, we were in the middle of Five for Fighting and Jewel, but it was also it was at the Staples Center, and they had the whole 1980 USA hockey team playing, and the All-Stars, who at that time were incredible. So standing right outside our dressing room was Patrick Waugh and Yager and all of the 1980 team. They're lined up, ready to go out. And me and Tarkin from the Zambonis, we're just looking, just stand there looking at all these guys. And thank God, we're odd. We weren't nervous or anything. It was just so bizarre. But Mark Parrish played back then, and he was an all-star that year. And when we started, we started in 92, but around 97, we started playing locally for an AHL team called the Beast of New Haven. And Mark Parrish played for that team. So all of a sudden we open the curtain and there's Wah and just all these guys. And Mark Parrish is like, Zambonis? I'm like, hey, Mark, what's going on? So I'm like, he's like, we both made the All-Star game. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And Aruzione's like right there, and Jewel is out there, and everyone's basically fawning over Jewel. She's very pretty, but she had her dog with her, and I'm a dog person. So I just go right to my knees and I'm playing with this dog, and all these guys, the agents are hitting, all over her. And she just looks down. She's like, oh, you're a dog person. I'm like, yeah. And she goes, hi, I'm Jewel. I'm like, hey, I'm Dave. How are you? What's the dog? And all these guys are like, this son of a bitch. How did he do this? So we hung out a little bit with Jewel. It was nice.
There's always one way in a woman's heart, and that's through her pets. That's what I've come to find.
But it really was. It was unbelievable. And, playing, we sang I Want to Drive the Zamboni from the Zamboni. We played before the game, and then during the break. It was nuts. Played Hockey Monkey. That's one of our most popular songs. And it was just crazy, awesome time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and you've mentioned, players like you met Mark Parrish. I'm sure there's other players that were on that AHL team that made it to the NHL. But, thinking of songs and keeping it kind of local, thinking about like Slapshot Man, which is about Al McInnes, for those fans who don't know.
Back then he was the Slapshot guy.
He still is.
Yeah.
I saw him play still. He was out there with his son at a local rink about 8-9 years ago. I saw him, and he unloaded a couple slap shots, and I'm like, that guy is still with the wood stick. And I'm like, that guy still shoots harder than anyone I've ever seen.
And we never we don't mention him in the song, and I don't even know if I talked about it that much. Oh, yeah. Is he mentioned in the song?
He's mentioned one time. You mentioned his name.
He is mentioned in the song. But that was written for Al McInnes. And
yep. And so I wanted to ask you, does in McInnes included, but anyone else, have you ever ran into like an NHL player who's like, whoa, your songs are awesome, or like, hey, thanks for writing that song about our team, or how often does that happen for you?
Not that often, because we're weird. We're music guys that happen to write songs about hockey.
Yeah.
But there have back in the day, the Devils, Bill Guerin and Brian Ralston, a bunch of the Devils they won the cup playing our CD in their locker room. So that was great. And Bobby Holik was on that team. He liked the Zambonis too. And most hockey guys, for the most part, are not into sort of a lot of different music. They're a little more straight than our taste. And we range, all of our songs, because we're a joke band, apparently, we can write any style. We take our music pretty seriously. We record everything ourselves. The original Zambonis were me, Peter, Tarkin, and John. Peter Cadis left the band in 2002. We still record with him, but Peter's won Grammys and recorded the National, Interpol, Trey from Fish, so many bands, done major stuff. He's worked with Taylor Swift on stuff. So, the Zambonis, we don't mess around with our musical stuff. But the hockey guys, they're not looking for a ska song about hockey, really. They're looking for something a little more mainstream most of the time. But we have met some that really enjoy it. Yeah.
That's great. And so for me, I grew up during the summer of ska, and how I discovered you was some of your more ska tunes. So like me, I'm a Real Big Fish fan, bands like that.
Yeah.
And so then I heard you guys, and I don't remember what the first song was, unfortunately, but I remember hearing you guys in the late 90s and just being like, this song's pretty awesome. And then I'm like, this song's about hockey. Like, what? Like ska and hockey? Like that's me. This guy's writing this song for me. So,
Yeah, I'm a second wave ska guy. The Specials are one of my favorite bands ever, and I think their second record is one of the best record. More Specials is one of the greatest records ever. But Breakaway was designed. Our song called The Breakaway definitely meant to sound like a good Specials recording. And then we got Bob Marley and the Hartford Whalers, which is a real popular song in this area. I'm in Connecticut, and that's about the sad demise of the Hartford Whalers and Bob Marley, but more the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, so that's a specific question I wanted to ask you. That's one of my favorite songs you guys have ever performed. And for those that maybe not have heard the song or don't, haven't heard the lyrics, it's like you said, kind of things that are gone, and how if you don't love something enough, it's going to go away. And like, for example, the lyrics, support your team, and while you're there, you buy ice cream. Let them know you care. If everyone does their part, the team won't break your heart. And that kind of line, even as someone who's not really ever lost his favorite team, the Rams left, but I'm a big Packers fan. I always have been. So but even just hearing that line, I'm like, oh, like that hits me in the feels. Look at that. Look at that hat. So I got to ask you, like, when you were writing that, where you're like, oh my gosh, this is getting more serious than I thought it would be.
Well, no, because like I say it too much, but we really take the music seriously. One of our heroes is this performer named Jonathan Richman, and Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. And the whole point is to make someone smile, but then all of a sudden hit them with a little emotion, make the hairs raise a little bit. And that is the goal of this band, is to surprise people, because the concept just sounds so stupid. You're just a hockey band. And that's my favorite part of in 2 weeks, we open up for the Monkees, Mickey Dolenz and the Monkees. And I love, we played with, Real Big Fish, let's go, Bowling for Soup. Is that the?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love walking out. This band walks out in full hockey gear, and people are ready for the worst thing they've ever seen. And that's the greatest. That is the ultimate advantage for the band, is because we kind of know what we're doing. And that song right there is written from my heart. And I know when something's going right, and that song feels right. The chorus is beautiful, and when it breaks down just to nice Oregon and, Quebec Nordiques and the Golden Seals have left town, that's the idea, is to get some sort of emotional response from someone.
I love it. And that is, every musician I've ever talked to, artist I've talked to, that's the way they feel. And I love that, you can, again, like in the same song, you can kind of make us smile and laugh, but then you're also like, oh, again, for me, it was like, oh, like this hurts. And
Yeah.
I mean, to get all of those emotions from 2 songs, that's incredible.
Now,
To be able
now
to
this,
kind
this is
of join that roller coaster.
one thing about that song, which didn't hit me until 3 weeks ago. Um, something happened on Instagram where some website put up this AI picture of Bob Marley and a bunch of guys in Hartford Whaler uniforms around him. So I commented on Instagram, "Hey, I wrote that song, like that's not your idea. I don't really care." And then some people recognized the Zambonis and talked about the song. And one guy contacted me direct and said, you I have to tell you that I like the song, but I'm from Hartford. And basically I pissed him off for many years. And he's right, because it wasn't for lack of support that the Whalers left. It was because Peter Carmanos effed him and
Yep.
split. So when I wrote that song, that was just what I assumed. As a matter of fact, in 1996, we were being courted by the Whalers. Thank God it didn't happen, but we went to a couple games. They liked the Zambonis a lot. We played an event there. We played some of the Wolfpack events, same. And they wanted us to work on writing them a new goal song.
No.
Which would have been the worst thing for us. That's my favorite song ever, besides like I Dream a Genie maybe. But that Brass Bonanza song, they wanted us to maybe figure out a better goal song. I'm like, you should leave now.
You cannot improve on Brass Bonanza. Even now, when the Hurricanes wear the Whalers gear and then they play Brass Bonanza, people go nuts.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
crazy.
So, yeah.
Not saying you guys wouldn't have written a great song, but to me,
we would not. There's
Brass
no way
Bonanza is the pinnacle of hockey music to me.
Yeah, we would have written goal, goalie, goal, goal, goal. There's no rewriting a better song than Brass Bonanza. Hold on, we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll keep on changing hats as we talk about teams.
Oh, there it is, man! Look at you. You were just ready with the costume changes. I like it.
Whenever you're ready for
true
blues
performer.
Yes,
Oh yeah, we'll get some blues. Have you ever been to St. Louis?
Yes, I have. I've been there a couple times. I did not go to a Blues game though. I went to a Cardinals game.
Well, when you're in St. Louis, you got to at least check out
which
Busch
Cardinals?
Stadium.
Which Cardinals?
So let's see. You probably went to. I'm gonna guess you went to. Well, what would have been the last Busch Stadium, but Busch Stadium 2. That's my guess.
Went to see the baseball team. That's the.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about the baseball or football? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course you were talking about the baseball team. We still, to this day, when we talk about the old Cardinals football team, we say the football Cardinals. So,
got it.
It's the Cardinals are the Cardinals. Like to us, that is. Oh my goodness,
St. Louis.
There you go. There you go. So another question I had for you is, as a fellow hockey player, "Lost My Teeth" is a great song that I love, and it's about somebody obviously getting a shot in the face and losing their teeth. Is that a story of experience for anyone in the band?
No, the band was 4 people, original band, Peter, Tarkin, John, and Dave. Peter, Tarkin, and I started this band. I wanted to be in a band with those 2, Peter and Tarkin. They have a very cool band called the Philistines Jr. And I convinced them, I said, how about we just write songs about hockey? And they fell for it. And we started this band, and we needed a drummer. And we knew this guy, John Ailey, who's in a local band called Those Melvins, genius songwriter, genius musician, but definitely did not like sports. And I approached him, but in the band he was in, he would play guitar and bass. I said, John, you want to be in our hockey band? Oh, no, I don't like hockey. I said, well, you can play the drums if you want. Oh, okay, I'll be in the hockey band. And so on each record, John would usually write one song and record it all by himself. He wrote Lost My Teeth based on the Christmas, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. So he wrote that based on that song and hockey. That was his, and it's a great song and it's a great recording. It's all John.
That is a great song. That's awesome. I didn't. So it's written by a non-hockey guy. That's very well done by him.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the Zambonis played. We were flown out by Colorado Avalanche in '96 for the big Detroit, Colorado bashes that went on that year. 95 and 96. We wrote this song called Avalanche, and they fly us out, and we played 2 games out there. And there's pictures somewhere on one of my hard drives. We're all at the game, and Peter and John are both reading music magazines during the game. John's just reading about microphones. He's like, wow, look at this new Shure microphone. Yeah, I don't think he watched any of the game. It was the greatest game. Those are the unbelievable games. And he's just reading Musician Magazine and Tape Op, all these really obscure sound magazines. He brought them to the game knowing it's a good time to read these magazines.
Oh man, that's crazy to me. I've never been able to, like, my nephew is not a sports fan at all, and he actually asked me, take me to a Blues game, because I'm always told that you got to see hockey live, and I'm like, yeah, that is exactly correct. I took him to a game, gosh, last year, 2 years ago, and now he's like, can we go again? And I'm like, yeah.
Great.
And so we've gone a couple times, and he's like, can we go again? Can we go again? And I'm like, okay, you're getting old enough now to where you're working. You can start taking me to games.
That's right. Hey, I'm taking off my jersey. It's hot in here.
Oh, go right ahead.
But
Well, while you're doing that,
let's show it one more time. Let's show the side
pack. Yeah, the beautiful horn. I said back then that was going to be my first tattoo, but by the time that happened, it was already gone. They stopped using it. And look at us.
This is the brand.
We match. Starter. Yep, mine was a starter as well.
So
those are some thick jerseys.
So the starter company is actually out of New Haven, Connecticut, and that they used to have these outlet sales. I mean, I bought all those jackets. I would buy the Whalers jackets first, but even back then, all those satin-looking starter jackets from the 80s are just so classic and 90s. I got Redskins and just great stuff. Pittsburgh Penguins, black satin one. But yeah, starter was out of New Haven, Connecticut.
I did not know that. That's the more you know. I wanted to ask you, because if you look up anything about the Zambonis, you guys are famous for saying, and I don't know if this is a direct quote from you, we're the only band in the world whose 2 biggest influences are the Beatles and Wayne Gretzky, which that is a quote in itself is fantastic. But is that more a joke, or is that actually your inspirations, like the Beatles, like musically? Who's your biggest inspiration?
It was just in an interview I was doing. They said, who are your influences? I said, well, we're the only band that our main influences are Wayne Gretzky and the Beatles. But I mean, the Beatles are huge. The Kinks are huge.
Yeah.
And is it Wayne Gretzky? I don't know if still Gretzky is the guy. I don't know. We love a lot of players, but Gretzky is the most apparent, the most popular one to a non-hockey player. But I might even go Jagr. I mean, the way he just continues to even play now, and we're big fans.
I want to say I could be wrong, but I think he started playing professionally in 1988. That means he has been playing hockey as long as my wife has been alive.
Wow.
How crazy is that? Like, isn't that nuts? And it's just, the guy's still going. He's still playing professionally. It's unbelievable.
And who has better hair, your wife or Jagr?
Don't make me answer that question.
I know,
please.
I know. Does this mullet make me look fat?
Yeah, right. Yes.
That's a good song.
Oh, it is. It's a great one.
Does this mullet make me look fat? I might have to write that down.
That's a good.
That's a good one. Speaking of songs, a song. I mean, we actually wrote the Gretzky Twist 2 years ago. That's a brand new Zamboni song, and that came out, and that's how you could listen to that. But we always wanted to. I always wanted to write the Tony Twist, which would have been great. But also, to this day, the ultimate challenge for this band, I think, would to be write a song called St. Louis Blues, which is already obviously a song from the 20s, but do it not in a blues format, not blues music, but have it be a pop song, but call it St. Louis Blues. That's
I
what
would love that.
I really want to try it. I really should try it because it's just the band. We try to be clever because if not, we're dead in the water. It's like I said, the concept can really go the wrong way if we screw it up. So hopefully, I write the St. Louis Blues. We have a great
St. Louis
band.
Blues.
For the past 6 years, the band has been this amazing band, and Rich Dart is the drummer. He's also the drummer for the Monkees for the last 16 years, and Steve Tansky, Swifty on bass, who plays hockey too, and Jay on keys. So the band is great. It's really great to write music with this band right now.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, that's something that I know that we would love to hear is a St. Louis Blues remake. Obviously, the Saints Go Marching In is a song that the Blues play a lot. We call it the Blues Go Marching In. Obviously,
no remakes. It has to be
no
an original.
remakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We only do original songs, so that's the goal.
Let's see. I think that's an excellent idea. Or if you could remake something that kind of sounds like the Budweiser song "Here Comes the King," like that would get a lot of love here in St. Louis. So, we love our blues music. We love our silly Budweiser song, obviously for obvious reasons. So, yeah, anything from W.C. Handy that you could kind of remake and make it. I don't want to say remake. Sorry. Be inspired by. I think that would be fantastic.
Yes, that would be cool.
Yep. Awesome. So I wanted to ask you too. You mentioned one of your biggest songs is Hockey Monkey. It's an interesting, very fun song. What was your inspiration for writing that one?
The Zambonis were from Connecticut, but we spent a lot of time in Burlington, Vermont. Peter went to school there at UVM, and he was in a band with this guy, James Kacholka. They had a band called Jazz in Hell. And James is just a genius, a cartoonist. He grew up no TV, just books and drawing. And he's an amazing artist. And one day I came home and James left a message on my answering machine. And hey Dave Zamboni, it's James Kacholka. I have some ideas for some songs for the hockey band, the Zambonis. All the scientists are running around. They're looking for the monkey, but he can't be found because he's down at the pond playing hockey with the kids. And it just And then you could do like another verse about where now the kids are looking for the monkey, and then the monkey's looking for the kids, and then there's this other one, and skating on the ice. So he left these two voice messages. To skate around the whole damn town on the frozen tundras of Amsterdam. And that was the voice message. 2 months later, we're up in Vermont, and I tell these guys, I'm like, James left this crazy message, but this one thing about the monkey, we should do something with it. And we wrote it with him in Vermont. We recorded it at our studio, added a moog. We ripped off definitely a lick from John played the lick, and he stole it right off an Emerson, Lake and Palmer record. It's like stolen from the song Lucky Men. So we didn't know that. We didn't know that was an Emerson, Lake and Palmer riff, but that's how the song started. And we added verses. Peter added the National Guard verse, and it just ended up being crazy successful. Like we sold it. First, Nickelodeon made a video for it on a show called Kablam, which was great. Mm-hmm. And that was a big deal. And then Fox Television had a show called The Loop. And, once in a while in this world, people contact you like, we'd like to use your song. Sure. And then they pay you. Back in the old days, they would pay you a lot of money. Here's $30,000. Here's $16,000. Here's $8,000. But for that one, James called me. I happen to have another band called the Levies, and we did a Tiny Desk recently, and it's a great band. And James calls me as I'm on the road. He's like, Dave, it's James. Someone from Fox TV called, and they said they want to give us $3,000 and for Hockey Monkey, and I just want to say yes, but I wanted to call you first. I'm like, don't say yes, James. Whatever you do, don't say yes. So I call a friend who's a lawyer. Anyway, we ended up getting well over $40,000 for it. And we split it with James because at the time, James was a waiter at a Chinese restaurant. We said, let's just give it half to James. That's the way we'll do it. Well, James now has more money than us. But the thing is, we sold half the song. So now I don't know who owns that song or what happens. All I know is all the Zamboni stuff got taken down off Instagram because I don't know, something's going on with Fox where they own. I screwed up. Something happened. So I'm actually trying to figure out what's going on. But they said Fox owns your greatest hit CD. I'm like, no, they don't. They own one song. So I got to figure things out. But
yeah, good luck with that.
But
legal
the
battles
with the 25,000 that we split 4 ways with the other Zambonis, we bought a really expensive mascot suit, and that's our Hockey Monkey. To this day, it's in my basement. And the same mascot, Matt, this guy Matt from New Jersey. He was the Islanders mascot for 7 years. He left the Islanders, but he's still with the Zambonis. So we must be doing
that's fantastic.
right.
You guys, you're the right team.
That's the monkey story. But yeah, it's a wild song, and it's damn catchy, and it's done a lot of great things for us.
Well, now I got your number, so next time that I'm drunk or high or whatever, I'm gonna leave you a message about a hockey playing duck or something.
Will that happen tonight?
Maybe. We'll see.
Right.
The night is young here in St. Louis. It's only 7:48.
The lines are open. We tried writing Hockey Dog, and James wrote. He immediately is like, we need to write, and he did write another Hockey Octopus. That was it.
They love it in Detroit.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Maybe I'll look it up again.
There you go. Octopus. All right, Dave, I told you that before we started taping, I did say I wanted to play a game with you. This won't take us very long, but just a fun game. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game Puck Doku, but it's a great game that they give you a grid, and one square they'll put Pittsburgh, on the other square they'll put Carolina, and you have to name a player that would played for both teams, and you do that all the way through the 9 squares. I'm not going to play that exact game with you. I'm just going to ask you a couple players. Who do you associate these players with? Are you ready?
I'll try.
Which team? Yeah, which team? All right, let's do it. Mark Bergevin.
Canadians?
Yeah, that's a good one. He was the GM there for a while. How about Greg Millen?
Who?
Greg Millen, the goaltender.
This is horrible. I call my son by the wrong name. I'm 59 years old.
He give you a hint. He was also the Maple Leafs broadcaster that just passed away, unfortunately.
Oh Jesus! Now you're killing me. Now I feel guilty.
Well, just say Maple Leafs.
Well, I'll just say Maple Leafs.
There you go. I was looking for Whalers or Penguins because those are your teams, and he did play for both of them.
Oh Jesus! Oh, Millen! Holy crap! Yeah.
How about Zarly Zalapsky?
Well, the thing is with Zarly, I mean, I got to go Whalers. But I mean, I collected all of Zarly's jerseys, and my old dog was named Zarly. But unfortunately, I still have all the Penguins, the Lightning. At the end, he played for the Lightning. I have all his jerseys, but I had my only game worn jersey was a Zarly Zalapsky Whalers jersey, and it got stolen at a gig in Philly.
Oh.
And to this day, it haunts me.
That is a prized possession. Holy cow!
And I'm on all these Whalers sites, and people have said, I've seen that jersey. I'm like, just tell whoever it is, I'll give them $2,000. I just want the jersey back.
I'll give you money for my property.
Right. Yeah.
Good
So
Lord.
I'll just for Zarley, I gotta go Whalers.
All right. Ron Francis.
Well, that's difficult because I mean I feel he did much more in Pittsburgh, but he was probably the best Whaler to ever play. I don't know if
I
that's
agree.
that's probably accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want me to use different teams? We can give him Pittsburgh if you want.
No, I'm purposely giving you
Oh, you're giving me
Whalers and
softballs.
Penguins. I'm
After that
letting
Greg
you.
Millen screw up, you're giving me softballs.
No. I'm just interested
Bobby
because
Hull.
you obviously are a Whaler. We're a Whalers at least supporter, and now
Yes.
you're a Penguins guy. So I'm like, I wonder which one of those teams he associates them with.
Yeah, I would go Whaler, of course.
Okay, all right. How about one more, Scott Young?
Well, I mean, that's got to be another Whaler, But he play for the Blues?
He was a 40-goal scorer for the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, let's put him where he belongs. Then
There you go. I agree. I actually have a Scott Young jersey. Big
Pronger
fan.
is another. Right, he went both. He went both ways. Pronger.
Yep, Pronger was definitely both.
But he was on the Blues when he died on the ice.
Oh,
right.
That was against the Red Wings in '97, I believe.
Holy sugar! I don't know if you can say sugar on this thing.
No, sugar's a bad word. You should probably just say shit.
All right, got it. Yeah, that was incredible. And then he came back, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah, he came back the very next game. Yeah.
Oh.
He was hospitalized. He was taken off in a stretcher, and he was back 2 days later. Unbelievable. You got to wonder if that could happen nowadays, with the precautions in place. But yeah, at the time, I remember thinking, really? Like the guy got discharged from the hospital yesterday morning, and he's back on the ice playing 40 minutes. Unbelievable. Guy was an absolute warrior. All right, one more. Paul Coffey.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll give. I mean, I would put him on the Whalers because I'm a Whalers guy, but I'd put him on the Red Wings.
Oh yeah,
You got to.
and again, like me growing up in the '90s, that's what I associate him with too. Unfortunately, is those amazing Red Wings teams.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yep.
Your
They
Blues
were.
are looking. Your Blues are. They're going this way now.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
right?
I think the rebuild, retool, whatever is finished, and they are ready for the prime time. And I'm excited to see what they do this season. So we'll see. Pittsburgh, not so much. I know your boys are
Well,
not to go in the same direction.
I sort of strayed away from Pittsburgh a bit. It's difficult because you get to know certain people, and I hate to say it, but I'm liking the Rangers right now.
Really? Okay.
Swifty in the band is the bassist is a big Rangers fan. We went to some Rangers games last year, and yeah, I kind of enjoy it. It's a great place to see a game, the Garden, but yeah, I'm not loving Pittsburgh, and also I just feel like I don't like it when owners from teams sort of let you down, and I don't know if they're as supportive as they should be there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like it's nostalgiaville. Like, let's bring in all these old guys and hope they got some kind of spark left. And I mean, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, unbelievable talents in Pittsburgh, but you kind of want to see them go out with a little bit more of a whimper than what we're seeing at the end of their career here.
I also think it's a little strange that a group, I think it's the Fenway Group that owns the team. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So having the guys that own the Red Sox and call them, it's the Fenway, they should change their name to own the Penguins at least, just whatever name they can come up with.
The Igloos.
Yeah, whatever. Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
So yeah, that's a little frustrating. But I called my friend Mike Foley before we got on tonight. I live in Connecticut, and there's very, very few diehard Blues fans around here. but Mike is, he's it. Growing up, my mother constantly told me, "Oh, my neighbor. He likes music and hockey," and I avoided these guys for a long time. But I ended up becoming dear friends with them, and we watched the Blues win the cup. It was just like 4 people in a bar here, and it was great. It was just the 4 of us watching that team win. It was great. And even back in the 70s, when the first team that exposed me to hockey was the New Haven Nighthawks. And one of my heroes on that team was Billy Plager.
Oh, nice.
So the Plager brothers were in that. Wayne also played in that league, but it was cool. So yeah,
That's
so I have
that's one of that's a landmark moment in St. Louis sports history. Was I think it was Al Arbor was coaching at the time. I could be wrong. Might have been Scotty Bowman. But he, Bobby and Barkley both played defense, but he actually let Bobby, Barkley, and Billy all start on a line together for a game. So all 3 Plager brothers were playing forward for the first shift of the game, and there's pictures you see of the 3 of them just kind of skating together, and it's a really cool thing. That I mean, obviously it was before my time, but still something we as collectively remember fondly, that those 3 brothers got to skate together in a game, which is
Wait, there was
incredible.
Bobby, Barkley, and Billy, right?
Yep.
Oh man, I said Wayne.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
And
There's a lot of Plagers out there. Hey, I'm horrible with names myself, so I don't blame
But that's
you.
a great, I love 60s bands, and there's like Dino, but that's a great 60s Bobby, Barkley, and Billy.
Yeah, that'd
Cool
be
little trio.
there you go. The Plager boys, catch them at the pageant here in St. Louis. Dave, it's been awesome talking to you. I really appreciate you coming on. You've really had such an amazing career to me. Somebody who's been able to, again, just mix music and hockey, and for me, ska music and hockey, which are like my 2 loves. So it's been an honor talking with you. It's also been an honor to have your song featured on the Let's Go Blues Minute. I'm hoping to do it again this year. We'll talk off air, but it's
We can talk
it's
on
just
air.
been awesome.
Well, you could pay me for that the same amount you paid for this podcast. So our negotiations are done. So yeah, you could use whatever song you want. It's
All right. Well,
it's a
now
pleasure to
you
be
can't do it.
involved.
Oh, of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, just cash that check in 2040 now, and we'll be
2040.
good. So
Got it.
yeah.
Well, anyone who wants to find us, please, Instagram, it's the Zambonis, or Facebook, the Zambonis, or thezambonis.com. And appreciate it, man. I really like what you do, and let's go Blues.
Oh, I appreciate that. And yes, Let's Go Blues. And yeah, and you failed to mention the streaming, or the music platforms you can find yourselves on: Spotify, YouTube Music. You're everywhere. So again, it's the Zambonis. Check them out online. You said it's thezambonis.com is your website. I'm sure you got links up everywhere. But it's been a real pleasure talking to you, Dave. And again, just love your music. Keep churning it out. And we are ready for that St. Louis Blues song.
All right, I'll work on it.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Well, again, thanks to Dave for an interesting and fun interview. Next week, kind of what I've been saying the last couple weeks. Not really sure, but I do have a couple things in mind. We will be bringing you a show, but folks, we're so close. What is it? 2 weeks until our 2 or 3 weeks until the new season starts for us. That'll be season 15, and we'll be previewing the 2025-2026 season. It's almost here, folks. We are in September. That's always when the calendar changes to September, hockey's right around the corner. Again, we got prospects playing next weekend, so that is very exciting. Look forward to this new season here at Let's Go Blues Radio, and we appreciate you tuning in all summer long. Want to give a big thanks to Mike Burgoyne from Real Brokerage Realty. You can email him at mike@strikewithmike.com or visit strikewithmike.com today for all of your home buying and selling needs. That's going to do it for episode 44 of season 14 of the original St. Louis Blues Hockey Podcast, Let's Go Blues Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great week, everybody. For Curt Price and Bill Day and our guest, Dave Schneider, and all the Zambonis, of course, fantastic hockey band. Check them out on Spotify or wherever you get music. I'm Jeff Ponder, and I will talk with you next week. This was Let's Go Blues Radio. Until next time, everyone, let's go Blues.
TV talking St. Louis Blues hockey, moving fast, can't catch the beat. Skates on fire, ice on defeat.